Let's just say it out loud, because nobody on the American side has the guts to. They will tell you NASCAR has the best stock car drivers on the planet. 500 laps, 40 cars, door to door at 200 miles an hour. And mate, that is hard. Nobody is here to disrespect it. But the best in the world on any track you put in front of them? Not even close. And there is one strip of tarmac in Australia that proves it every single time. We call it the mountain. Mount Panorama, Bathurst. 6.2 kilometers of public road carved into the side of a hill with 174 meters of elevation change the equivalent of a 50-story building of climb and plunge in a single lap. Concrete walls a hand's width from your door. 16 people have died there. 16. This is not a racetrack. It is a survival test with a finish line. A current NASCAR Cup level star once jumped into a Bathurst simulator just to see what the fuss was about. What happened next tells you everything about why the gap between these two worlds is far bigger than anyone in America wants to admit. Let's break it down properly. If you are part of the 97 Nation and Aussie or Kiwi racing fan, hit like, hit subscribe, and help us prove that Aussie and Kiwi supporters do not just turn up, we take over. In NASCAR, the wall is part of the strategy. The bump and run is celebrated. Contact is survivable. The safer barriers give drivers a second chance. Bathurst gives nobody a second chance. No runoff. No apron, no bounce off and recover. Every NASCAR instinct to use the wall, lean on the car beside you, is the exact instinct that will put them in the fence at Mount Panorama within 3 laps. Start with the feet, because that is where it all unravels. The NASCAR Next Gen car weighs around 3,200 lbs, produces up to 670 horsepower, and runs a sequential 5-speed gearbox with auto blip and rev matching baked in. The electronics do the thinking. Bring that same driver to Bathurst in a Gen 3 Supercar 2,940 lbs, 600 horsepower, 0 electronic safety net, and everything falls apart. Left foot braking will not survive the descent. You are trail braking into corners, blipping the throttle with the edge of your right foot while your heel buries the brake, dropping 2 gears. Nose pointed downhill at a 1 in 6 gradient. This is the heel and toe technique. Right foot controls both throttle and brake simultaneously, preventing rear wheel lock, protecting tires, enabling smooth rotation. Standard practice in supercars, a lost art in NASCAR. Kyle Larson said it directly, "You can't teach an old dog new tricks. There's 0 chance I can learn how to do that." Joey Logano admitted, "It'd take me forever." Ross Chastain confirmed, "My feet are on the wrong pedals when I do it his way." 4-time Bathurst 1000 winner Greg Murphy broke down the clutch manipulation that leaves Americans completely bamboozled, the technique that prevents rear wheel hop on those brutal descents. Get the blip wrong by a fraction and the rear locks. The car steps out. At Bathurst, that does not mean a gravel trap. It means concrete. In 2015, Chaz Mostert clipped the inside wall in the S's and broke his leg and his wrist before the car even stopped moving. Now the corners. The cutting a left-hander at a 1 in 6 grade so steep that if you spin, you cannot restart without rolling backwards. McPhillamy Park flat out, completely blind over a crest, concrete wall waiting on the exit. Drivers have ended entire seasons there in practice. The Dipper and the S's compared to Laguna Seca's corkscrew, except steeper and lined with concrete. Then there is Forest's Elbow SVG's signature corner, and the one that exposes the gap most brutally. A slow descending left-hander with adverse camber, the road tilting the wrong way, dumping directly onto Conrod Straight, where supercars reach nearly 300 km/h. Most drivers brake early, settle the car, ease through. Shane van Gisbergen does the opposite. He carries the car in deliberately loose, rear already rotating, throttle feeding in while still sideways. using the adverse camber as a slingshot. On a timing screen, he is a ghost not one big gain, but 2/10 better at the exit of 6 corners. By the time you see it on the data, he is already gone. That same road course brain arrived in Chicago in 2023 and won on debut, the first driver in 65 years to win in their Cup Series debut. Chase Elliott said SVG made me look bad, and the rest of us too. Kyle Busch said he was 4 to 8 years ahead of us on street courses. That win is now permanently housed in the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Born in Auckland, New Zealand, Van Gisbergen claimed 3 Supercars championships, including back-to-back titles in 2021 and 2022, and planned to race until age 45 before the Gen 3 model changed everything. A recommendation from Boris Said, a call from Trackhouse racing owner Justin Marks in Melbourne, and life changed 180 degrees. "I haven't stopped smiling since Chicago," he said. Now based in Mooresville, North Carolina, he described the fresh start simply, "I feel like a different person." A full 2024 Xfinity Series campaign produced wins at Portland and Sonoma. Brodie Kostecki, Cam Waters, and Will Brown followed him through the door he opened. In 2025, running full-time with Trackhouse Racing, he won at Mexico City, Chicago, and Sonoma 3 of 4 road courses, landing equal third on the all-time NASCAR road course win list. Larson confirmed he's way better than us at road course stuff. If he can figure out the ovals, he's going to be dominant. William Byron called Chicago a little embarrassing and rebuilt his braking approach entirely. 19-year-old Trackhouse teammate Connor Zeilish observed, "You never see him slipping tires. Whenever he wants to go, he can go." On ovals, the progress is steady and honest. His first oval race, the NASCAR Truck Series at Indianapolis Raceway Park, he started 24th and finished 19th, losing the lead lap in the final 10 laps. His response was pure SVG, "Had a ball, I'm living the dream." Greg Murphy put it plainly, he's making really good progress, the oval side is just such a massive learn. Now reverse the scenario. Drop Kyle Larson or Denny Hamlin cold into a Gen 3 at Mount Panorama tomorrow. Lap 1 familiar speed, confidence high. Lap 2 across the top through the cutting and skyline, walls closing in, they lift early, already half a second down from self-preservation. Lap 3, the S's demand perfect heel and toe. They fluff the blip, rear locks, car twitches. Lap 4, Forrest's elbow, they brake far too early, surrender 2 full seconds onto Conrod Straight, and watch SVG or Kostecki disappear into the distance. They will not crash on lap 1, they are too talented for that. But competitive for the win against drivers who have learned this circuit since their teens? Not a chance. Not tomorrow. Not next month. Because Bathurst does not reward raw talent or horsepower. It rewards grit, repetition, and a feel for a loose car on a knife edge earned by staring at those walls 1,000 times without blinking. Given a full season, a top NASCAR star might become respectable. But the best in the world on the mountain against drivers built specifically for it? Not a chance. That is not arrogance. That is just the data talking. The gap is real, measurable, and Shane van Gisbergen has proven it on both sides of the Pacific. This channel is brand new, and every single like and subscriber genuinely matters as we work toward our first 1,000 subscribers. If this video gave you something real, please hit like and subscribe. It costs nothing and means everything. Which NASCAR driver do you reckon would be brave enough or crazy enough to actually take on the mountain and give it a real go? Larson? Hamlin? Someone nobody is thinking of? Drop your answer and your flag in the comments below. I want to know where you are watching from. If you made it this far, you are proper 97 Nation. This is NASCAR Nation Decoded. Stay on the gas.